If you had nothing going on in life, like if you had no reason to live, this is going to be the start of why people are trapped in their homes forever, living in a storage container while spending all of their time in this fake world that they've created and catered however they'd like. Non-apologetic news. First off, I want to talk about the great things. This headset is absolutely amazing. I'm going to go as far as to say this might be the biggest technological leap I've seen in my lifetime. It seems like a real world. When you're looking off to the distance, it looks like you're looking off into the distance. It is like something I've never seen. Now, most of my time has spent on the game Horizon. I thought that would be the best way because this was made from the ground up. If this game is bad, then the technology's bad. It would kind of be like if the Demon's Souls remake is bad for PS5, then, well, we're in trouble with PS5, right? Now, first off, if you don't like climbing, you're not going to like this game. It does seem like maybe they didn't have enough content, so they threw in so much climbing as like a sort of filler. The game starts off, I'm doing the first bit of climbing, so you're physically going up, up, up. I start feeling the haptic feedback from the controllers for the first time, and I'm like, wow, it feels like something's actually touching my hand, right? Clunk, clunk, clunk. I took the headset off. It was just too good to be true. I look up and I'm actually hitting my ceiling fan. Clunk, clunk, clunk. So it wasn't that great. Anyways, the time I've spent in this game is great. The only thing I don't like is walking. You don't walk in place, you press two buttons and move your arms like an idiot, and that's kind of how you sway around and walk. Same if you want to dodge. If you want to dodge, you hold those same two buttons and you throw your arms either direction. Here's a picture of the downed boss, the longest boss fight I've been in anyhow. It's probably about a 20-minute boss fight. And when you're fighting, it is bow and arrow. So you are physically pulling behind, putting in, rearing back, and shooting. I probably shot, I don't know, 150 arrows during that 20-minute period. Probably did the dodge motion, I don't know, 200 times. I was flat worn out after that. But this is great because that boss was, several stories high. And as you look up, you do get that depth that they are really that big. It is an astounding piece of technology. The exact point I'm at in the game now, there's a human enemy, and out of nowhere, he runs and tackles you. And just out of instinct, I pushed my midsection in as if I was being tackled. That's like a robotic hawk flew by me, and not even for purpose of the game, it was just instinct. It looked like it was, instincts took over. I can't wait to play survival horror, because when a dinosaur was tracking me, following me on this, it felt like I felt tension. So I think if we're able to throw into like the new Resident Evil remake in all VR, where you're controlling every step, and if they set a great atmosphere, like I know a lot of people didn't like Callisto Protocol, but that game set one of the best horror environments, atmospheres of being actual scary than anything I've seen. Something like that in VR might be borderline too much to handle. It will be insane. Even the characters in the game, they look like they're in front of you, like this here. Now that we've said the good stuff, though, I do want to talk about the bad, and the bad is so bad that I'm considering getting rid of it already. So I see plenty of videos talking about motion sickness, right? People get motion sickness, queasy, maybe headaches, but what they're not talking about is the eye pressure, the eye pain. So after I wear this thing for about 30 minutes, I start to feel pressure around my eye sockets. Another 15, 20 minutes, I have to stop. And the crazy thing is, like last night I played, and then an hour later when I'm laying in bed, I still had that pain in my eyes. It's kind of like, have you ever been punched in your eye socket, but not the bruising or anything associated with it, but that warm pain sensation? So that stuck with me until I went to sleep. The lenses are right in front of your eyes, but the depth perception is so real that your eyes are straining, trying to look off into the distance, when in reality, what you think is off to the distance is really just right here in front of you. It seems to be that's what it stems from, and it might be only people with glasses. On that note, if you wear glasses, this will fit you fine. It will be comfortable. Once I have the headset on for like 10 minutes, I forget it's even there. It's great, but the eye pain takes me so far out of the game, and maybe I'm just a VR noob. If someone knows how to prevent that, let me know in the comments or shoot me a message. I would love to know, because I'd like to keep it, but if I can't get a solution to that, I just will see it sitting on the shelf. So that's the tremendously bad. And if you're someone like me, if it sits on the shelf, it's not that big of a deal financially. But a couple years ago, this would have been a big deal if it sat on the shelf. I would have had to put it on a credit card. So if you're in that boat, you might, I don't know, see if someone's got a different kind of VR unit, try it out, see if you're susceptible to this kind of thing. However, if it wasn't for that, it is amazing. I know a lot of people are complaining about the cable. You have one single, I think it's a 15, 20-foot cable. I don't have any issues with it because you're not actually running or anything. You're not actually jumping around. I did at this one part actually have to physically hunker down and move. That was pretty cool, but I don't see the cables getting in the way. It doesn't bother me any at all. Although I guess if it was a standalone unit, it would be kind of cool to maybe be at like a doctor's office and be like an asshole sitting there in the waiting room, doing the whole experience. If you have the money to blow on this, I'd blow it. Flat out. If you're into this kind of thing or just into gaming at all, I'd take a chance with it. However, if you think you'll be susceptible to the same amount of pain as me, or that you maybe are going to have to save up for a while, I'd wait for it to go on sale. But when I first put this thing on and experienced that virtual reality world they've created just within the ecosystem or within Horizon itself, being blown away is an understatement. This thing is amazing. And I could see, like, if you had nothing going on in life, like if you had no reason to live, this is going to be the start of why people are trapped in their homes forever, living in a storage container while spending all of their time in this fake world that they've created and catered however they'd like. But it's a great product. I do applaud Sony for what they've done with it.
Non-apologetic news. Non-apologetic news.